Hi, I'm at Morningstar Airfield. My name is Roger Ribeiro, and today we're looking at Bullet's new livery. It's been finally completed. It's been a journey since September last year, so it's been a while. We've had the interior reupholstered. Bullet's got two sets of new seats, a lower seating position and a higher seating position, so low density foam and high density foam. We've also redid all the interior decals. We did all the exterior decals that were on Bullet. We obviously added our own personality to it with new decals, and the colors that were there were changed for a metallic blue and a silver metallic blue. The metallic has actually got silver flakes in it, and that was redone. Unfortunately, we didn't want to, but we had to remove the vertical stabilizer, and we had to remove the rudder because it was just too difficult to actually spray it with it on the aircraft. The paint ran, it wasn't a proper spray job, so we removed it and we eventually had it done into an oven, and that was a much better option. Unfortunately, as a result of that, we had to have the AMO reinstall the vertical stabilizer and the rudder inspected. We had to have a test pilot refly it and tested everything, especially that all the flight controls were functioning correctly, and they were. So I was quite relieved to hear that the Bullet in the last test flight performed perfectly. Yeah, obviously it had its ATF, so that was part of the testing as well. So it actually had two test flights, one for the ATF and the other one for the flight controls as a result of the removal of the vertical stabilizer and the rudder. And yeah, the plane was taken to 2.5 Gs. It wasn't really necessary, but yeah, it made me feel comfortable that it handled everything perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys footage of what I do have back in June 2019 of Bullet. Unfortunately, there was no footage of the interior, so I've decided to just take a clip of the actual seating that was removed, and then you can compare it to the new interior, which is done like in a vintage style, brown leather, diamond stitching. The stick was also re-varnished, and yeah, and the carpets were totally removed and redone, and they all got the Bullet insignia. So throughout the plane you'll see that Bullet is basically marked. You can't miss what aircraft you are in. And yeah, the aircraft, as far as the striping and that, was all kept exactly as it was, except all the coloring was changed. So he's now in a beautiful bolt metallic blue and a silvery metallic with a hue of blue in it, both of those silver flakes. So if the sun really shines on it, then you get to see the true effect of it. We ran into a bit of a hassle over Christmas. Graphic places were all closed. We couldn't get the new graphics printed for the registration of Bullet, which was removed. So finally it's on. Guys, have a look at it and pass me all your comments. Really appreciate it. Yeah, so the spinner that was resprayed to the blue, which is basically the same blue that's at the bottom of the spats. Then we got like a silvery blue where the upper half of the spats were done in the silvery blue, and this is continued through the striping. The prop was also repaired, sprayed. Obviously these decals were all put on. This is from World War II. All the decals that were on the aircraft been replaced, new decals on the wing. Obviously the whole aircraft was highly polished, cleaned. All the different moving parts were cleaned. The biggest mission was to remove the protective tape on the flaps, which was totally disintegrating. So there we have Bullet again. Cuckoo shades have been put on, which obviously makes a massive difference. New registration. Again, new decals. Tail was redone in the new silvery blue and the metallic blue flake. New decals were put on as well. Surfaces were all cleaned. The nuts were marked for movement. So I'm pretty happy how it actually has come out. I think it's looking pretty awesome. So Zulu uniform Foxtrot Hotel Zulu, as is now known. New decals again. This strip was also redone. So a lot of thought has gone into this. It has taken quite a few months to achieve this. I think this has come out pretty good. Obviously the decal on the wing. Landing light was replaced with a new LED landing light.
I'm just going to put it, it's going to be safer to start there.
Cool. Let's get a perspective of what the aircraft stance now looks like. So let's take a look at the inside, and I can show you what I've done. I've gone for obviously this whole vintage look. We basically looking at World War II markings in the vintage look with the diamond stitching. So guys, this is what I can show you. This is the footage of the old interior that Bullet had. We now use this interior specifically when the aircraft goes to AMOs. I have made an alteration here though, where the sock for the stick was actually stitched to it, which was a problem, and now we've actually made this opening separate so that it can have freer movement, which didn't happen before. And then the carpets, if you look very carefully, you'll see the carpets have got Bullet inside onto them as well, same as the panel. And then all the labeling of all the gauges, this is all done as well. This is all redone. Got Bullet onto the so that's, I think that is, let's get that so you can actually see what that looks like. Yeah, and then of course the main carpet underneath here has also got Bullet. So this is the external cover if you obviously flying elsewhere. Got your first aid kit, communication strips, and then we have a survival kit as well, which has been put for good measure. Yeah, of the survival kit I basically have got there a USB charger for your cell phone, infrared light, white light torch onto your head, compass, some sugar sweets for shock, condom for water, and a strong knife in case you want to need to cut splinters for if there's any breakages. The important thing to do with the first aid kit was also to get a fire blanket, which is equipped, and it's got all sorts of additions for burns. Yeah, and this is the new fire extinguisher. Although the fire extinguisher has got a bracket, we've also put in Velcro to prevent it from moving. We don't be whacked on the head with this. Yeah, so otherwise, yeah, we can see very clearly now. Bullet. Seat belts were reserviced, so they were totally removed from the aircraft and re-cleaned, and the sticks were re-varnished, also redone. Yeah, the 296 is not here right now, and that's because it's being charged. This is how the the new Cougar blind looks on Bullet, and it's made a tremendous difference, both from being able to read the instrumentation more adequately, as well as reducing the heat in the cabin and glare. So yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that. Yeah, lastly, this is Bullet's checklist, and yeah, so this is another important aspect which I took care of. Morning, South traffic, Fox Hotel Zulu entering runway 20.
Morning, South traffic, Sierra Victor Sierra, taxiing for runway 20.
Temperatures in the green. MPs, RPM.
Traffic, Part2 Lima, I'll be at the airfield 1,500 feet, so I'll be descending on the western side to 1,000 and joining for a left and crosswind for runway 20, Part2 Lima.
Speeds alive.
Radio check, please. Sierra Victor Sierra, read 5.
Laying lights off, flaps up. Morningstar traffic, Fox Hotel Zulu, 700 feet outbound Morningstar Airfield. Right out, routing Global Strand to the west, climbing to 1,500 foot. Changing frequency shortly to 125.80.
Morningstar traffic, helicopter Romeo Echo uniform lifting off in front of the hangars, direction 20, climbing 1,000 feet for Broberg. Romeo, clipping Kenilworth. Traffic, Romeo Tango Charlie, lifts to the north for Woody Point. Waterfront traffic, Hotel Charlie India lifting number 2 along the breakwater for Woody Point.
voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying, I feel tension rising. I hear voices